my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this right here. Well, folks, the GOAT debate is officially over. We have the ultimate LeBron James out the GOAT debate stats that will give him the final knockout blow to get him out of the NBA Finals, folks. This is just the way it is. It can't be no other way. LeBron James is the biggest liability of all time in the NBA Finals. And we kind of thought we knew that. But this shit right here, this ish right here, whoa, this is a very interesting stat right here, folks. A very interesting stat right here that will knock LeBron James ultimately out of the GOAT debate that he should have never been in the first place. And we all know, we done heard about his minus 84. It wasn't 84 or 86 in the finals, right? His plus minus, that there is incredible. But I just found this really intriguing, folks. Maybe you heard about this before. I really never even thought of it this way. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, when we say LeBron James is 4-6 in the finals, that's something to laugh at. But I'd rather laugh at it when we say LeBron James went to the finals 10 times and lost 6 of them. I know it's still the same thing, 4-6, but when you say he went to 10 finals and he lost 6 of them, that sounds even worse. That sounds even worse, folks. Or he went to 8 straight finals and he lost 5 of them. Yow! That sounds even worse, folks. But this right here, let's look at this, right? So LeBron James in the NBA Finals, he accumulated 130 fouls. 130 fouls in 10, I'm about to say 10 straight, but 10 appearances in the finals, right? He was in the finals 10 times, right? Entire series, he went there 10 times, okay? Michael Jordan went there 6 times and he drew 103 fouls. So maybe you guys are saying, okay, what's the deal? What's the big deal with that? What's the big deal with that? So when we average those finals out, let's just say LeBron James, right? In those 10 finals per series, this guy only averaged 13 fouls per series. 13 fouls per series. Michael Jordan, 17 fouls per series. That's crazy. So let's do it. If you guys got some different math, please tell me. I'm not a big mathematician. I'm not, the greatest at math or anything like that. But I even looked this up online. Maybe they're lying. Trust me, I don't like to be the dude that just like to spit these numbers out here and just say, take my word for it. I did the multiplying, the dividing, the subtract, whatever. And then I asked Google, AI, and whatever like that, what the deal was. And it came out to the same thing. So yes, Michael Jordan in his 6 finals averaged 17 fouls per final series, right? LeBron James averaged how many? He averaged how many? 13. So if we kind of like flip the script, if Michael Jordan on the same trajectory, averaging 17 fouls a game, from what I got, 17 fouls, not a game, per series. If he averaged 17 fouls per series and he went to 10 finals, they're saying that he would have 171 fouls. Instead of LeBron James, 130 that he had in 10, right? Also, if LeBron James would have had played the same series, per se, in the same games, whatever, then we're just using LeBron's same numbers as far as finals and stuff like that. So he would have went to 13, stayed at 13 fouls per series. Well, stayed on that same pace. My fault. Yeah, stayed on that same pace in six series. They're saying that he would have only had 78 fouls if he was still on that 13 fouls. So So what I'm trying to say is the overall picture, LeBron James, you got to think the reason why he was losing in some of these finals, not just because he was a brick fest in, what was it, maybe the first, 3 finals or whatever like that. It was because this guy was a liability on defense. LeBron James, basically, I would say 3/4 of his finals, he was the biggest guy on the floor, size-wise. The biggest guy on the floor. And we've been told that this guy has been the greatest athletic basketball player of all time. But yet he's one of the biggest liabilities on defense. And I know some people would say, well, man, what, you expect him to go out there and get all these fouls? Well, let's just say this. And we're going to compare him to some other guys that went to the NBA Finals, that played in a whole bunch of NBA Finals games also, these things like that. What we, even if you're not fouling somebody, guess what? You're protecting the rim. You're showing them you're not going to get these easy shots. So they might not come to the rim as often, right? And even if you do foul them, you're still showing them or telling them that this is what it's going to be if you come here. Yes, you got this foul this time, but next time it might not be a foul, right? Or it might not have been a foul, when he did it, because he's protecting the rim. But this guy's not protecting the rim, folks. This is the problem. This guy is not protecting the rim. Back in the day, he's a fake power forward. Small forward. All this small forward nonsense. So you don't have to be a rim protector. He's a power forward. Okay? He wants to act like who else was a power forward on his team? It's nonsense. Nevertheless, this guy, well, he's always trying to get these fake power forwards that really wasn't really good. Like Tristan Thompson and all these fools like this to be a power forward. And, just all these dumb fools that aren't even good power. So he don't have to protect the rim. But he's supposed to be the most athletic and stuff like this. One of the most athletic guys of all time. So yeah, that's what the numbers point to, that, Michael Jordan would have went to 10 finals and he would have stayed on that 17 fouls per series trajectory. He would have passed LeBron James up a long time ago. He would have had, what did we say, 171 fouls altogether. Altogether, he would have had 171 fouls. We'll go back over it in a minute. I'll bust out the calculator in a minute. I don't want to be wrong, right? And I don't want to be right if I'm wrong. Stuff like that. But let's do some comparison here, man, because I've seen, there's been guys that went to a whole bunch of NBA finals. Michael Jordan, he didn't. 6 is a lot. A lot of guys never go to an NBA final at all, or go to one of the NBA finals. So Bill Russell has 225 personal fouls. He has the most of all time. But guess what? Guess what, folks? He played 70 games. 70 games. See if you're going to believe this one, right? Number 2, Tommy Heinsohn, 209 fouls. I don't care what position they play, folks. If you went to a lot of finals, you went to a lot of finals. Okay? Guess how many finals he went to? And you're playing defense, especially, before the LeBron James era. So Tommy Heinsohn, 209 personal fouls. That's number 2 all time for fouls in the finals. This guy played 52 games. Oh my God. You're talking about protecting the rim, folks. That's called protecting the rim. It don't matter if this guy was fouling. The man was protecting the rim. You're not going to get nothing easy. Get that out of here. You got to remember, this is the NBA Finals, folks. We'd rather have you earn it at the free throw line than you get these easy buckets. That's how it used to be back in the day. If you saw a guy just, he got open right under the rim, or he had a breakaway, whatever, what happens? They end up fouling him. They'll grab him or just, hack him or whatever like that. No, you ain't getting this easy bucket. So, yeah, he had 209 fouls in 52 games. That's 3 less games than LeBron James. Tommy Heinsohn, 3 more games than LeBron James. You do the math. You do the math on how many more fouls he's got. It's insane. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar comes up second on this list. You won't even believe this. 196 fouls. But guess what? He played 56 games. He played 1 more game than LeBron James. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played 1 more game than LeBron James. Oh my goodness. And then, you're going to have a lot of, Celtics on here. I think this is T. Sanders. I don't know who this guy is. He played 43 games, have 179 fouls. Let's go to some notable names right here. Get out the Celtics. Because they went to a lot of finals, but it's a lot of no names on here. I ain't gonna say no names, but we want to get into some more well-known names. I mean, look at Michael Cooper. Played 46 games in 159 fouls. That's nuts. That's nuts. What is that? 12 less games than LeBron James? Jerry West, the same amount of NBA Finals games as LeBron James, but the man had 159 fouls. 159. Unbelievable. What about Havlicek? He played 47 games in the NBA Finals, and guess what? 154 fouls. Sam Jones is about on the same accord. He played a little bit more. 151 fouls, and he played 64 games. Some more Celtics on here. Some no names. How about Mikan? George Mikan, 31 games, 31 finals games he played, 145 fouls. Elgin Baylor, 44 games, 140 fouls. Draymond Green, wow, LeBron James side piece. He played 33 games, good for 138 fouls. Goodness God. And then we get to LeBron James. 55 games played in the NBA Finals in only 130 fouls. That's nuts. Insane. Makes zero sense at all for a guy that big. And the list just goes on and on. If you want to really look at this, let me see where LeBron James ranks. So he would be 16th, number 16th in fouls in the NBA. Just above Rodman. Rodman played 33 games and had 129 fouls. So LeBron James basically has 1 more foul than Dennis Rodman, but has played like 12 more games than Dennis Rodman. That's insane, folks. I'm just baffled to even try to wrap my mind around this, because we done heard, the LeBron James fouls in the regular season don't add up. They don't add up, and how he never gets fouls called on him. Well, and it helps him in a lot of ways, right? And it helps his team in a lot of ways. So if you don't call foul on LeBron James, you don't call foul on the team, right? And then the other team don't get to the free throw line. So what you have here, though, it kind of works against them, because, okay, you're not putting the other team on the free throw line by not calling fouls on him, but guess what? He's not protecting the rim. He's not protecting the rim. So, I mean, it's really bad on him. We know he's not protecting the rim. He's not guarding the rim. So when you do things like that, you're not. Remember, we were talking about Tommy Heinsohn, right? He had all those damn fouls against him, but I don't even think he played as many games as LeBron James, right? How many was it? Let's go back and look at it. Go back and look at it right now. Yeah, Tommy Heinsohn, he played 52 NBA Finals games, but he had over 200 fouls called on him. And again, the LeBron fans would have you think, man, that's good defense, man. You want the man to foul? We want you to protect the rim. We want you to guard somebody. We want you to do these things, LeBron James. This is why when you look at his plus minus, he is so awful. Not just because of his turnovers, it's because of things like this, folks, that nobody will never, kind of look at. They'll kind of overlook it because all they did for all his liabilities, right? Whether it's shooting, defense, the fake playmaking, being a leader, all these things have been lied about because they're so awful. They have to lie about it. If they just stood on business, everything that he did, if it was what it was, and it stood on its own and stood on business, you won't have to say this about him. You won't have to protect him so much. But because these things he ain't good at, they gotta act like he's good. Oh, he's a good defender. He's one of the best defenders. I can't even believe we ever heard this. His defense? Wow, this is crazy. You would think this guy being 6'9", in this weak soft era, where there's really no big man, it's basically a no-touch era. You would think he would have dominated the 210s. Not only dominated, but dominated while breaking records, right? You know how they say, Michael Jordan is the only player that had back-to-back seasons of 200 steals in 100 blocks. 100 plus steals and 100 plus blocks in back-to-back seasons. You would think that LeBron James would destroy some kind of record, right? Say, okay, I can't destroy that because, I'm not going to be able to get all them steals. But you would think it would be like, okay, I'm going to break the record for the most blocks by a forward. A power forward, small forward, whatever he's calling himself that season. You would think in that weak soft era, I'm going to just do that. Nope. No, sir. He's worried about assist. He's worried about literally having 2 more assists than Michael Jordan. But not worried about having 1 more rebound than Michael Jordan, averaging one more rebound. And that's why AOH always makes these videos, and this guy is playing zone. He's always playing zone. Where's he playing zone at? Under the bucket or close to the basket. He's always trying to get that rebound. He's not trying to get the rebound organically. You're not a center. They don't play on a block no more. So what are you doing zoning off so you can get the rebound under the basket? This is what this guy does. And I wouldn't be surprised if the NBA done changed the whole game for him. I'm serious. The way the NBA has turned into, what's the reason for it? We don't even recognize how they used to play in the 2000s compared to the 2020s. And much of the 210s, right? We'll say that the second half of the 210s. We don't even recognize it. What will be the reason for them changing the game like that other than having this guy play longer? Now, because they done changed the game like this, it's over. It's over after this guy retires. Because they done made this guy the entertainment of the NBA for this long. Through all these failures, they done made this guy the entertainment of the NBA. So, I hope the NBA's happy because when he retires, it's over. Nobody's going to care about Joker. Nobody's going to care about Luka. Nobody's going to care about Tatum. Nobody's going to care about Anthony Edwards. Nobody's going to care about, who I'm missing, SGA. Nobody's going to care about none of these guys. You're still promoting a loser. It's over. Crash and burn. It's over. As soon as this guy retires, it's over. I hope you have fun with this nonsense that you done did, NBA, but it's going to be over, folks. And Bronny being in the league is not going to do nothing. It's just not. All they're trying to do is get as much money as they can with this Bronny thing for as long as they can, while LeBron James is in the NBA. No, Bronny ain't moving nothing. Bronny ain't no freak athlete, freak of nature, nothing like that. There's nothing about Bronny that is wow. It's gonna wow people, folks. Right? Because he didn't come into the league with any hype as being anything great, like a lot of these guys, right? That's why people get mad at me because I make videos about, the Joker, the SGA, some of these other guys who didn't come into the league with any hype and didn't do anything for like 5 years. No All-Stars, no All-NBAs, nothing, no statistical titles. All this was unheard of by all-time greats, by Michael Jordan, Kareem, Wilt, Russell, any of them guys in the top 10, and even a lot of them just outside the top 10. So the Duncans, the Shaqs, the Kobes, the Magics, the Magic Johnsons, the Birds, all these guys in the top 10. They were in their first 3 years, they was collecting statistical titles, All-Stars or All-NBAs, folks. What we have been seeing, well, I put those videos on Joker, and it was really for Joker and SGA. 5 years before they had an All-Star or an All-NBA? Like 4 or 5 years. What? So you went from absolutely nothing. There was no progression. At least getting an All-Star team the second year. No. What about third? No. What about the fourth? No. And then all of a sudden, you're All-NBA after not even being even on an All-Star or All-NBA the first 4 years. How is that possible? How in the 5th year you're on All-NBA first team? Not third. You're on first team after not even making an All-Star or All-NBA your first 4 years. You're now on the first team. That's incredible. Nevertheless, I'm not going to get back into that. But no, Bronny's going to be one of them dudes too. Bronny's going to be one of them guys too. So, we'll see what happens, man. They might listen. They might end up voting this guy. This guy might have so many damn, he might average like 12, 14 points or something like that, and they won't have no choice but to put him on there based on, all these fans voting and stuff like that, trying to put him in. But yeah, this is what it is, folks, with this whole LeBron James thing. And, one of the biggest liabilities in NBA Finals on defense. It just irked me when I seen Johnny Arnett the other day, and he was on the panel with AOH, and one of the first things he had to lay down. I know the guy listens to my channel. I mean, he can't put it down like I can. Don't listen. This isn't a PG-13 channel, right? This isn't a channel that's monetized. This ain't a channel that has to sit there and worry about what they're gonna say, because they're worried about monetization. I'm not worried about that, folks. I'm worried about telling the damn truth. Okay? So dudes like that can't give it to you raw like me. They can't. You might think sometimes some of these guys out here be saying some raw stuff and be talking about LeBron James really bad or whatever subject we're talking about, but they won't go into it like I go into it. As far as we talk about the NBA as a whole being responsible for some of this stuff. And I know I'm not trying to beat up on a lot of guys I listen to, because they don't like to go into a lot of stuff without any real facts. But I don't need to tell. What is the facts though? Somebody else telling you? Who's gonna tell you? You need the officials to always tell you what the truth is. All you gotta do is piece it together. It's my opinion what the truth is. Okay, what makes sense in putting the clues together. But whatever. All I'm trying to say is with this Johnny Arnett thing, this guy had the nerve to go up on AOH panel Sunday morning. I think was it last Sunday? And one of the first things he tried to blurt out, and they ain't even ask him nothing about it. He tried to blurt out about this LeBron making the video for LeBron James thing. And I done told you guys a million times, if he would have put out that video like he said he was going to put out, at the time he said he was going to put it out, that would have been it for a lot of LeBron James apologists, a lot of his career. Because we know Johnny Arnett for one thing, folks, not getting up on getting up on YouTube and going back and forth with each other in these debates and all that stuff. He's not known for that, folks. He's known for historical facts about the NBA. right? And we always respected him for that. We always loved this channel for that. It was always cool. This is Johnny Arnett. This is what we look forward to about his channel. You know, him being a historian and bringing the numbers and doing these type of videos. But again, what's this guy's excuse? Did you hear this? Again, a baby. I didn't know it was going to be this tough after having a baby to be able to make that LeBron James video. You kidding me? Are you serious, dude? Are you using having a baby from not making that LeBron James video that you promised? Because let's remember this, folks. Let's remember this. He made one more video. I forget what it was. I think he was bashing a 80s Defensive Player of the Year. And then that's it. He didn't make nothing else on the LeBron James era. He didn't make nothing else on LeBron James. And the vote was to make it on LeBron James. I don't know if it was his turnovers, something like that. That's what it was. And he done made so many videos since he promised to make that one video, folks. Are you kidding me? You done made, I don't know, maybe I should went up on his page, on his channel, and counted all the damn videos that he done made since he done made that Michael Jordan video. This is insane. The guy's a liar. The guy does clutch work. All this stuff. And listen, what we talked about Johnny Arnett as being is somebody who doesn't, you know, bash past players. That wasn't his that wasn't his MO in making videos. It was just telling, you know, historical facts about the NBA, which was great. So never did we want him to make, you know, all kind of messed up videos on LeBron James. But, you know, people's been doing it for a long time. Before Johnny Arnett made that Michael Jordan video, the Defensive Player of the Year, people already been rubbing LeBron James' nose in the poop to prove he wasn't ish. Well, he is ish if his nose is going in the poop. Nevertheless, so he instead of making an 88 Jordan video, he could have looked at everybody else and said, damn, everybody else is tearing LeBron James a new one, right? Ripping his career in the shreds as a fake, a phony, and all this. Let me jump onto this. Let me jump onto this train and try to make this money doing this. Everybody else is, right? So why did he jump on that train? Well, he jumped on a Tim Havershaw, whatever his name is, train like that to bash Michael Jordan. Instead, right? Who cares what this fool said from Yahoo? Who cares? So nobody knew where the video was. Nobody knew where to get it. Well, in detail. Okay? He was able to go get it in detail and do what he did. Okay? There was no reason for him to do what he did. Zero reason. And listen, I don't consider that protecting Michael Jordan. I don't consider the overall message protecting Michael Jordan. I heard that too. That, oh, we didn't, you know, he did what he did, but, you know, you guys you kind of didn't get the overall message. No, the overall message was, who cares about what the LeBron James associate getting paid for Clutch Sports, Habershaw, whatever the hell his name is, who cares? Who cares? Why would you go out there and do his work or go out there and see if he's right? LeBron James in his camp has no credibility for all the ish that they done did, including destroy the game and having the fans fight now in a GOAT debate where he don't even belong. Right? So that's all I'm saying. Why would you entertain that? And if you did entertain, you took all that heat and would just look like, okay, man, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I have to do. Here you go, LeBron James. You're getting this smoke. And AOH was able to do this on his own and ultimately go out there and find some games where LeBron James, I think he was getting rebounds and assists that he didn't deserve. And here, Johnny Arnett is running his mouth, saying the same thing. Because I think, First time we heard Johnny Arnett say this was like damn 8 months ago. If this is something that you promised your fans, you know, you went out and you bitched in Michael Jordan's face, bitched in his fans' face, and now you don't want to do this? All because this guy got a paycheck from Clutch Sports, folks. Got a paycheck from Clutch Sports. And you got to think, man. You just got to think, is this guy, did he get a paycheck from Clutch Sports, or is he on Clutch Sports payroll? Which one is it? It really don't matter which one it is. It just is what it is, folks. This guy, even Uncut used to have LeBron James up in high praise for a long time when people was bashing him. And then he finally came to. All these antics that LeBron James has did on and off the court, and where are all these videos from Johnny Arnett? Where are all the videos, folks? And like I said, he's yet to produce that one video that everybody is waiting for. Actually, we don't want it. You can keep it. We already know. We done seen it from AOH. We done seen the evidence. It's no reason to come out with it, Johnny Arnett. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Arnett don't want to come out with this video because he's trying to wait until LeBron James is at his lowest point in the media, done did away with him. Maybe he done retired already, stuff like that. So he don't want to take no money out of LeBron James' pocket because guess what? Unclutch Sports done put some money in his pockets. That's why. That would be the only reason. Nobody cares. He keeps saying about this baby having kids, but he was able to produce all these videos after that, folks. He was able to produce all those videos after that. So I just don't want to hear it. This is a video he should have produced too. He should have produced this video too. LeBron James being the biggest liability in NBA Finals history. Yeah. But, you know, he won't never do that, folks. This guy sitting around. We talked about that before. I'm gonna get off of here, but we done talked about this before. We don't care about your 7 assists. We want you to play defense and we want you to rebound. That's more incredible. But guess what that does? It takes more out of you. It takes more out of you. So now, what happens now, he won't be able to bull charge his way to the lane because he done exerted so much more energy. That's how it was back in the days. You know, when you don't have that type of energy like that, you're shooting more from the perimeter. You saw what happened to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant in the second half of their careers. They shot from the perimeter more. They didn't want to take a beat, and they didn't have that type of energy in them to go down the middle like that. So you guys tell me what you think, man. Tell me if I made a mistake on the numbers or whatever like that. But, you know, it's just what it is.